Okay, so tell me, what is comedy to you?
Jesus.
Uh, um,
These are questions that you only think about when people interview you about comedy. It's like, what is the smell of comedy?
Funniness. Oh, I hit your mic. Funniness.
I don't know, no. I mean, does a carpenter have a definition for carpentry? I suppose he probably does. It's the manipulation of wood. Yeah, that's a simple answer.
Comedy is comedy. Yeah, comedy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what comedy is.
So, the first time you go on stage, it's basically like this. Every time you might have all these great ideas in your head, you might have a brilliant concept of everything and how wonderful you're going to be. Usually, you get on stage, you open your mouth, the first time you hit the mic, you just... fuck it, I don't know what happens. Yeah, it's easier said than done.
It's called dying on stage because that is exactly how it feels. Because you're standing on stage and they are giving you nothing. You've given them their best material that you have and they're staring back at you blankly going, I hate you. I hate your face. I hate everything you're saying. You're not funny.
Leave, go home, crawl under a duvet or a rock, and hopefully the universe will have forgotten what just happened.
God, like, what a stupid thing to do with your life, you know. I'll ever make a living out of this.
Everything. Ruins that whole day, ruins the next day, ruins the night's sleep, ruins everything.
I am so completely fucked here. There is no solution to this. It's fucked. The gig is fucked. The people aren't interested.
You look at your watch and go, I must be nearly done. Oh God, I have 18 minutes left. What have I done?
That was new, and thank you. What's my time like there? 5. Oh shit. Okay. Improv. No.
It was just going very badly, and watching people incrementally walk out, I started to feel like something would drop in my stomach when that second or third person left. Yeah. I'm so sorry for ruining your time at a festival where everything else is brilliant, I'm sure.
Turn on the mic, yeah. Here we go.
There's just 400 people staring at me, confused.
A guy tried to fight me after it because he hated my stuff so much.
One of my good buddies over there, just sitting in the third row, laughing his ass off at how badly I'm doing.
I remember going back to my hotel room and just nearly crying and just sitting there going, what have I done?
The next boat isn't until like 2 o'clock the next day, so I'm stuck on this island with like 1,000 drunk assholes who hate me.
I was in the middle of Birmingham by myself. I didn't even want to go out and have a drink because I was afraid I was going to get the shit kicked out of me by the guys in the crowd.
Why should you ruin that half an hour? You know, what's happening? Like, you literally can ruin someone's Christmas party.
So horrific to have that many people just think you are shit.
It's like the way they kind of say that, like, when women give birth, like, their bodies don't remember the pain. They know it was there, but they don't actually remember how bad that actually feels, because if they did, they wouldn't do it again.
Just take my reproductive system while you're at it. Won't be needing it.
I hated every minute of it. I didn't do it. I was like, I'm never doing this again.
It's like that dream of, like, you know, going into school in your underpants, or like you just feel so alone, and you feel nothing will make you question everything about yourself.
And I came back to it 2 years later, but it was awful. Like, I didn't like any of it. It was horrendous.
I think kind of comedy is like that. You just like zone out this pain. Like, you know it can happen or it's going to happen, but you decide to go through it again.
I don't really like talking to people. I find talking to people a bit like trying to masturbate to my family photo album. Not impossible. Just very difficult. Nothing weird, like second cousins. There's nothing weird. Like brothers, you know, they're fine. You guys know.
Quite liked making people laugh, I think. I think there's something quite, I don't know, it's almost quite beautiful when, you know, people come into a comedy gig and whatever's happened in their lives that day, they could have had a really crappy day, but for 2 minutes, while you're telling them crappy jokes about Parkinson's disease, they forget about their crappy lives and they laugh for a bit. And I think that's why I can get through the crappy sets, because I know that every now and then, you know, you might make somebody's 2 minutes, and I quite like that.
It's a cross-section between drama, performance, presentation, honesty, truth, and lies. And it's pretty hard to amalgamate those all together.
The thing is with comedy is that you must tell the truth. Sometimes that truth is ugly. Sometimes that truth is not something you want to look at, but you have to. I think George Carlin said the role of the comedian is to find out where the line is, step over it, and draw another one.
The stuff I enjoy is stuff that I would never have thought of, that is a unique perspective or a prism by which they experience life.
It's really hard. It's really hard to find positivity, not negativity, not shit. Find the good things and have a good laugh about it.
People like their lives reflected back at them and they can relate to it and they go, yeah, that's so true. When, oh, how did I not think of that?
Jimmy Carr references that his favourite laugh is the one that's ha and then ooh immediately followed, because the laugh is unconscious, then people realise they laughed at something that they shouldn't have.
I don't think there's anything more awkward in life than when you're watching a sex scene and your parents are in the room. I mean, like, why they filmed it in the first place?
There can be a lot of humour in the darkest places, you know, and that's often where the humour can be found, in the dark parts of a light situation.
You know, when my parents did get divorced, I was in a really, really bad place. Belgium.
Life is easy. We don't make it tough. Life should be a celebration. We should all have a laugh. The best thing to do is to laugh about whatever life throws at you and just get on with it, you know.
What is laughter?
The joyful expression of pent-up sexual nothing and funny. I don't know, man.
Laughter. Geez, that's a good question. It's one that we all experience. Can we sum it up?
I'd say we've given it a huge amount of thought, to be honest.
It's a sound you make reacting to something you find humorous.
Ha ha ha.
Apparently it predates language.
The caveman. Absolutely. The fart was the first joke. Simple as that.
So like if you're sitting around a campfire at night and you hear something in the bushes, but you don't have the words to say, oh, there's something in the bushes. When you realized it was just the wind rustling, then people would laugh to show to others that there was no danger anymore.
I think one of the most exciting things about laughter is we are changed chemically. Something happens inside of us. Boom, there's an endorphin blast, adrenaline, everything. It all happens all at once.
It's an emotive reaction to something that connects in the synaptics of the brain and arcs from one side, the emotional side, to the intellectual or cognitive side in a very spontaneous way. Boom!
Divergent ideas slamming together in our head and creating some kind of explosion, a little mental, a little temporary high. So our reaction is a very physical one.
I love that it makes people connect as well. It makes like a whole room full of strangers are all together laughing about something.
It's a collective experience. They are able to drop their guard and enjoy something in a moment that brings them together, because one of the most common things is to laugh.
If someone's near you is being laughing and clapping and being into something, you'll automatically feed off that energy yourself.
It's contagious. Sometimes if the front row's laughing really hard, it will create a wave of energy to the back of the room.
It does give people who have nothing in common a commonality. They don't know each other, speak the same language.
You look like a young Norwegian boy band. And these guys look like your managers who fucked it all up. This is going. Are you from Norway?
No, from Kerry.
I was wondering. Norway and Kerry, the old team, back together again.
And for a moment, everyone forgets where they're from, who they are, and they just experience what's in front of them. So there's a collective thing that happens. And for a moment, you're one group. And that's lovely.
Laughter is the shortest distance
between two people.
What do you think about that?
I think it's actually true. One of the most instantaneous ways to engage somebody is to make them laugh.
An amazing thing that someone with a microphone can create an emotion inside people. I think it's good. I think it's necessary in this society. I think we need it. I think we need a positive release in our lives, and I think comedy is a really important part of that.
The more we look at a screen and not each other, the more we need to look at each other. And the less we look at each other, something is breaking down inside of us because we are social creatures.
To still hold on to this art form in which people don't rely on any technology and just make people laugh and make people entertained for 2 hours with their voice is a very special thing.
And we actually have to have that. When we came out of the womb, the first thing we were doing, we were looking around after the horror of being born, and we were trying to focus on eyes. Why? Because we need to be fed something. And we need to be fed something, and it feeds our emotional self. And this is something that we don't learn. We are born with this ability to communicate with these things. And you know, if you look at an infant's eyes and they feel comfortable, they smile.
Oh boy, can you lie? I'm gonna lie. All I know about line and track. These old bars about to bust my back. Oh boy, can you line and track? I said, oh boy.
For the most working comedians, it's a hard slog. There's no money. You do it because it is a great feeling.
So, for instance, dressing up as a doctor, lie, and then going around a hospital telling all the sick people that there's nothing I can do for them. Truth!
If I was in Australia, I could be sucking dick for Skype credit and she'd think I was doing brilliantly, you know?
Option would be the Gone in 60 Seconds morning after pill. No, okay, no.
When this big fat drunken miner yells out, "What are you? A fucking leprechaun?"
It's nice to see the church being so supportive of intolerance, isn't it?
I was like, "Hello, immigration?"
And my wife turned to me and said, "Oh, you're on Guinness? I'm only after changing the sheets."
I disagree, gentlemen. I believe that crying during sex and backing out of holidays that were booked and paid for is hilarious.
Education, that's what it's like. Anyway. Fucking miserable. This is...
Important. Or is that important?
Life that brings you alive.
I'm nearly 40 years old. I'm an adult. It's time for me. This is what I live for now. Lukewarm chicken.
That just happened.
I
wasn't interested in having sex with this guy because I'm fairly obviously racist. But
every morning I wake at the crack of dawn, and dawn's my mum's name.
If you pull the windows down, you'll hear the depression on the breeze. You just hear, "Oh no!"
Yes, everybody can be funny, and the default is if you're not funny, that's fucking hilarious.
Nothing better for me and for the people around me. If I can deliver that, I'll be the happiest man ever.
Can you line? I'm gonna line. All I know about line and track. These old bars about to bust my back.
Take my beer, did you? You take my beer, did you? Take my beer.
We're filming an interview.
I don't give a fuck. Did you take my beer, did you?
No, sir.
No?
We're filming.
I will kick the shit out of you.
We're filming right now.
I don't give a fuck. You take my beer, I'll kill you. Roll. You record me, I'll kill you and your whole family. You as well, you heard me,